I love a drink at the end of the day. What's your favourite tipple, Belinda?
Oh, I'm partial to a bit of vodka, but my oh my, do I love a little bit of gin. And so it would seem with a lot of you people who are around Manchester, my favourite place to hide away enjoying a gin is the Iconic, as it's called, in Manchester's Gay Village. They have nearly 200 gins!
Wow!
I know!
Well, since you like gin, we've brought in Charlie Hewson-Sykes to tell you all about Manchester's Gin Day.
With a friend! Look who we've got! So we've got Lady Sybil.
Yep.
Lady Sybil, we don't need to know your real
Charlie,
name.
too. Yeah.
I never go by my real name. And your name is?
Catherine.
Catherine. Isn't it posh?
It is, and we're here to talk about one of my favourite subjects. Gin.
Gin!
Finally!
I love it.
We're here to talk about the Gin Festival, basically, yes, and gin. So, start us off. Tell us a bit about it.
So, World Gin Day was set up about 10 years ago by a lovely lady called Emma, who is also known as Gin Monkey.
Catchy, yeah.
And she set it up as a way to promote gin literally across the world. In Manchester, we've been a little slow to pick up on it, but we are fixing that this year. So I'm working with Canal Streets, and we have around about 20 bars on 20 venues on board, and we have discounts across the city for wristband holders. So you buy a wristband and you can go into any of these venues and take advantage of the discounts.
How much is a wristband?
£10.
£10. Look,
sounds good.
You're here because actually there is a science behind gin, isn't there?
Oh yes.
Go on then. To me, a gin. First of all, most importantly, with tonic or without, what should you do?
Oh, whatever you want. It's your gin.
Right.
You can have
Slimline.
I have Zambuca. Does that work?
if it works for you. You've bought it, love. You can have it however you want it.
I like that.
Yeah, so gin is the distilling process, and we are going to talk all about the distilling process and all the science behind the gin, and also how tonic was from quinine, which was anti-malarial. And we've got a lovely gin trail throughout Manchester, and we've got a gin hub that we're setting up at the moment, haven't we?
So we have a number of distillers who, a lot of them are Mancunian. So we've got Fenny Street from Broughton. We have Four Sisters from Salford.
Ooh.
We have Manchester Gin, we have Three Rivers, and there are going to be people on the hub at First Street where you can book on. It's a wristband only event anyway, but you book on with the wristband and you can just come and try some free gin.
It sounds dangerous. Because it's not just one day, is it?
Well, no, the gin hub's only on the World Gin Day itself.
Yeah.
But the whole event runs Friday through to Sunday, so you have 3 days.
So you basically need to take a week off.
And you can stay out all week.
Yeah, make a proper weekend.
Well, I'd have to do that, wouldn't I? So, do you have a particular favourite gin then? And what makes it a good gin? What makes a good gin? Let's just go with that.
Oh, what makes a good gin? I think balanced botanicals.
That's like flowers inside.
Yeah, this is going right over your head, isn't it?
It's normally down my throat. But
I like a maritime gin that means, maybe a bit of seaweed in there.
Oh, right, nice.
I've had one like that.
Oh, yeah, there's lots of them with a bit of seaweed in there. What's your favourite at the moment? I
At
think
the
gin of the
moment?
moment.
Oh, God. I'm going through a bit of a phase with Defiance Gin, which is another Mancunian-based gin.
Right.
And it's got a massive story behind it, which actually involves the Second World War. And the lady, there's 2 people behind it, but the lady who gathers the botanicals actually supplies a lot of the restaurants and venues in Manchester. So some of the fine dining venues will have forage food that she's actually gone out into the land.
So can I be really thick? How is gin made?
Yeah.
So we start off with, I want to say malted barley. Yeah.
It can be malted barley or grade. Basically, it's you start off with a neat spirit. So it can be grain based. So you can make it with potato. You can make it with anything that's got sugar in it, and you have to add juniper. That's your key botanical. Without juniper, it's not gin. It's flavoured vodka.
Right, there we
So
go.
you add juniper, it becomes gin, and you can then kind of go as crazy as you like. So there are some gins which have straightforward botanicals in there, such as coriander and citrus peel and things like that. You then have some kind of kooky ones. We've got the Parma Violet gin from Zyma.
Nice, yes.
I like that, yes.
They also do a rose one, which is really pretty as
Right.
well.
That one. And the quince one.
The quince one's
quince
lovely
one
as
is
well.
delicious.
But then you also have some really, really kooky stuff. There's one from France called Thompson's Gin, which has caviar and peaches in it.
Sounds nice.
As a botanical. And you also have a butcher's gin from Germany, which includes a 28-day aged steak. It's a butcher's gin. It's made by a butcher's in Germany.
So the definition. Oh, my eyes are glued together. The definition of a gin is what?
It's a juniper-based
Juniper-based spirit.
And without that, it's a
And then you
vodka.
can lob anything in.
Lob anything in.
Lob
Whatever
anything in.
takes your
You're here for the
fancy.
science. Lob it in. I love it.
Everyone.
Oh, well, listen, so once again, the gin thing, gin festival, gin day, gin weekend is?
Is World Gin Day. So the web address is worldgindaya.mcr.co.uk. You can find us on Twitter, you can find us on Facebook, and you can find us on Instagram.
And they need to buy a wristband.
Yeah.
You need to buy a wristband, which is £10, which gets you everything from kind of 2-for-1 G&Ts to £3.50 gin and tonics.
Right.
That you'll get your £10 back really fast.
Sounds fun, doesn't
So
it?
we also have a bit of a
Yes.
sneaky challenge. So if anybody
Oh.
can manage to hit all of the venues.
I thought you meant all of the gins then. I'm giving it a damn good
Is this a challenge for us then, yeah?
This is a challenge for anybody. If anybody can hit all of the venues
Mm-hmm.
and have evidence to the fact, so with the a picture baby with the wristband and the venue in there,
Yeah.
across the weekend, we're not going to make them do it one day,
Oh.
but across the weekend, then we have some gin-based prizes that they can win.
Well, we like a challenge, don't we?
I love it. I'm actually sat here thinking how I can wheedle all this into my weekend. I really am. Very, very excited. Thank you so much for the pair of you
Thanks for coming in.
tonight.
Thank you for
We'll be
having
there.
us.
You might find me in the
Yeah.
gutter somewhere, but I'll definitely have been there.
I'll look out for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much to fit in, I cannot cope. As always though, I love a bit of art, and as you can see dotted around our lovely studio, we have one of the finest collections of art. Now the first piece that was generously given to us to exhibit within our here studio was this piece, and it was given to us by a lady called Natalie Phoenix. Guess what? She's here!
Natalie, welcome to the Your Manchester studio.
Thank you very much.
And thank you so much. This
Yes.
has been everywhere with us. It's
I'm
just
glad to see.
it's travelled around and been seen by the world over, quite literally. It's gorgeous. How do you do these works of art?
Well, I'm inspired by Manchester. Obviously, that one is one of the first ones that I did concerning Manchester. It's a simple one, but it's quite effective. I think it came from the idea of the streets of Manchester, how unique all the streets are, and that kind of branched out into all the different areas, Deansgate, Canal Street, all these different places.
So your company, Phoenix, remind me of it?
Phoenix Fusion.
That's cool. How did all that come about then? Because you actually do this now for a living.
Well, yeah, partly for a living, yeah. Well, Phoenix is obviously my name, and fusion is the process of fused glass. So I don't just do the street signs, I also fuse glass traditionally,
All right.
and I've done that for a long time.
Explain what fusing glass is.
It's just basically it's a huge oven, a kiln that
Yeah.
just melts it.
It's quite complicated.
It's like
isn't it?
moulding glass.
It's not
Yeah.
blowing, but it's more, it's similar. It just literally melts.
So that
glass into a
fuses
chemical.
things together then, yeah, right,
So that's
okay.
what the fusion. So it's quite a simple thing, Phoenix Fusion. So
And which do you prefer doing more of?
I love the fact that there's two completely different
Really?
sides to my artwork, and you will see that the glass is just completely different to the street signs.
And how do you go about creating these works then? Where
Well,
does
the
the
graffiti-
idea come from?
Yeah, where's your
I don't-
inspiration
I
come
don't
from? What do you,
know.
is it just everyday things that you see out and about in Manchester?
Everything that you see, you absorb it, don't you?
Mhm.
And so it just comes from that. Like, everything you see around the streets of Manchester. Manchester's got amazing graffiti art. That's, one of the most unique things about it. There's some amazing graffiti artists. I'm nothing like as amazing as those people, but, I think just by using the street sign itself just makes it that little bit different, I think.
And do you make the street sign yourself?
Yeah, it's like pressed metal.
Let's
We
have a
love
look
it,
at
and
this
she's
one
brought
that's
us a
just
little
been brought
present
in.
into the studio. Look at this, everyone.
How beautiful is that? But she's not just brought that one in for us. Oh no.
Oh, right.
Let's how can
I'll hold that there, yeah.
Choice.
Very kind of you.
So is this what you were referring to? Is the
That is the glass.
Oh, right, so that's
That's
you
the
can
glass.
see it's something quite different.
It's
It's still got the
nice,
B,
isn't it?
but the actual artwork itself is quite different.
it's very beautiful, and the colours. How did you get such vivid colours within glass then?
Tracy,
Is it?
Oh, she can't tell us that.
Because it is. It's not painted on. It's definitely not painted on.
Well,
It's in there.
it's part of the fusion process.
Well, it's lovely, isn't it?
Isn't it clever?
Thank you, and thanks for these
Oh,
as well.
You're welcome.
I think it's
I
ever so
thought Christian was kind of taken over with all his, so I thought I'd come and.
Yes.
Put your stamp back on the studio a
Nudge
little
it,
bit.
love.
Phoenix fusion.
You always remember
back
you
into
were
place.
first here, Natalie, love. You were first
Getting
here.
quite a
yeah.
collection, aren't we?
We
in the
are.
studio here.
You've got one of the
quite
best
nice.
art collections in Manchester, I think.
We've got Craig Barker, we've got
We have,
Kristen,
yeah.
we've got
It is
Natalie
amazing.
Phoenix. We're all we need now is a what do you call him? We're no ear.
Oh, Van Gogh.
I couldn't hear you. So listen, thank you ever so much, Natalie Phoenix, for joining us, and thank you for your gorgeous, gorgeous pieces of art.
Welcome.
Felix Opus provides prepaid funeral plans. Don't think you're too young to have one, because it's actually an investment. Funeral plans rise by 6 to 8% each year, so what a funeral costs today could be double in 10 years' time. A prepaid funeral plan will freeze the cost at today's prices, so not only does a funeral plan take away the financial burden for your loved ones, but just as importantly, it takes away the emotional burden for your loved ones. If you took out a funeral plan today, you could choose everything about that funeral, from what songs are played, to what people wear, to what flowers you like, plus many more. So all this leaves for your loved ones to do is pick up the phone to activate the plan, and the rest is done for them. Felix Opus works in partnership with Capital Life Funeral Plans, and Felix Opus has an offer at the moment on for £75 cashback. Felix Opus also gives a large percentage of any profit to a chosen charity. So please get in touch today with the number below. Thank you.
Finally tonight we bring back to life one of life's greatest characters, Karl Marx.
Not literally though, I hope. You know, he was born 200 years ago. He'd stink a little bit, wouldn't he?
And to celebrate that and talk about this fantastic thinker, bringing him bang up to date, please welcome. So we've got Bob and Sonia here, and we're going to be talking about the Karl Marx one-man play that you're involved in, yeah?
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Karl Marx turned 200 years old this year, and he spent much of his life working and living here in Manchester, studying at Cheatham's Library along with Frederick Engels, and we're bringing the play there on June 2nd, recreating some historical moments. The idea of the play is that Marx comes back to present-day Manchester.
So you're updating Karl Marx?
Yes, to a degree.
Wow. Now, he was a sensational man, wasn't he? He was known as the greatest thinker, wasn't he?
He was a genius, yes,
Yeah.
he was. Changed the world.
You've gone
What do
bang
you
up
think?
to date with this. How have you gone about doing that?
Well, I should say that the play was written by Howard Zinn, who Bob knew is a really well-known social historian back in the States. And he and Bob got to know each other over a period of time. And Bob's been touring it for how long?
14 years I've been
14
performing
years.
this piece. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So has it developed much in the 14 years?
Well, the thing that's remarkable about Karl Marx is how relevant he still is to what's going on in the world. And so the play it does bring in current events. We update things as we go along with the play. And so, yeah, it's a living, breathing event. Yeah.
It's nice and organic, then, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And it's a one-man show as well,
It's
I
a one-man
believe. So
show.
how are you finding that? Must be a lot of work.
Well, it runs 75 minutes, and it takes a certain amount of energy, but I love it. And the audience is my scene partner. There's no fourth wall. So it's interactive, and so to that extent, the play is always new and different.
So how do you go about finding your energy for the 75-minute show, though?
Oh, it's not hard. If you care a little bit about what's going on in the world and you're not too happy with the state of things, this play can be a tonic. Speaking of gin and tonic.
That's right, because your production
Company is
is
called
Juniper.
Yes.
That's right.
Which relates to one of our other
Yes,
guests.
yes.
Right.
It's a strong gin connection, everybody, today.
It's going to be June 2nd, a Saturday night,
Yeah.
at Cheatham's
Cheatham's.
Library, Baronial Hall, where Marx and Engels actually did their research. And then we're heading up the road to Bury, to the Met, where I grew up.
Wow.
And then we'll be back in the King's Arms in Salford the following weekend. That's the 9th and the
10th.
10th. Yeah.
So you are literally all over
Yeah.
Manchester then?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's non-stop.
Yeah, it is. And where can we find info if we need to grab tickets for this? Just for people at home.
MarxandSoho.org.
There we are.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much for coming in
Oh,
tonight.
my
Thanks
pleasure.
for joining us.
Great.
Absolutely.
Thank
Fabulous.
you.
I
Yeah.
look forward to seeing it.
Me too.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you. Have you had fun, young Danielson?
I have, but I'm back to gadgets next week, and because it's nearly summer, I've been looking at the latest garden gadgets. Do you have a lovely garden on a hill?
Oh, I do love a bit of uphill gardening. Also, next week we have a whole host of hotties. We have a Nolan and a Richie all in one. A man that's making it in his own terms. Shane Nolan, stop it. Shane Nolan joins us, everybody. Sam Redford of Ackley Bridge.
All right, yes, yeah.
He's here as well. And he's here to talk about his most challenging role to date in a musical called Closets.
Oh, lovely. Also, the importance of massage is the message Jack Davies wants to tell the world about.
Yes, it's true. And if that's not enough, I'm sweating. It's been warm
yeah,
today.
it's hot.
Hasn't it?
It's very hot.
It's been that warm. Your makeup's almost the same colour as mine. And if that's not enough, we are also talking the new Keep 'em Fresh products on the market. I hope I do pronounce this right. It's called Bolaki.
Oh,
Bolaki.
is that a gin?
They're here to tell us about their lovely new essential product.
Until then, thanks for watching, and next week we are going out twice a week.
Yes, that's right. From next week, we will be going out on Thursday and then the following Tuesday and onwards and onwards and onwards like that. But please subscribe and thank you for watching
Your Manchester!